Okay. Okay, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome. Thank you for all coming and joining us at the spring graduation. I'm Deborah Doherty, the Executive Director of the Northeast Region of Canine Companions for Independence. And we would like to just ask people who this is their first graduation to just raise their hand. Very special welcome to all of you. Thank you. If you'd like to keep in touch with us and follow along with us, we have set up a website to register at cci.org/keepintouch, and we have people that will be walking around with that information at the end of graduation, and it will also be displayed out on the tables as you leave. I wish to congratulate the graduating class and the puppy raisers of the graduating dogs today. And thank you to all of the people who have finished their puppy raising and turning in their dogs to us today to start their next stage of their journey in professional training. Also want to make a special mention to congratulations to the Northeast Region Apprentice 3, Liz, who is not here, but she's in Texas today, turning over the leash of her puppy, Raya, who she raised. And Raya is being graduated today as a facility dog. And in the midst of college and university commencement season, it's fitting that we join the celebrations with National Graduation Day today. So all 6 campuses are hosting graduations for a total of 69 people who are graduating, 13 of whom we have right here with us in Northeast. And before we begin, I want to acknowledge our volunteer board members that have joined us today, Eva Lemire, our Vice President, and Mark Wartzman. And also welcome with us for the next 6 months 2 new apprentices who will be training under Laura Ann Tebecki, Alexis and Winona. Where are you? And as we say welcome, we're also saying goodbye to Melissa, our Community Events Coordinator, and we thank her for all of her hard work and commitment during her tenure with us. But she's promised to remain as a volunteer with us, and we will hold you to that, Melissa. Where are you? And as Mother's Day approaches, we want to wish all the moms who've joined us here today a happy Mother's Day. We hope that you feel as much joy and gratitude about participating in today's graduation as you feel about your children, as much as you have about your children, because you are making a difference in many lives today. And in speaking of gratitude, as is tradition at our May graduation, and as we approach Memorial Day, we recognize and thank all of the veterans, active military, and families for their sacrifice and service. And now we're going to begin the Matriculating slideshow.
Just one, there is only just one love in our hearts. There is only just our hearts and I. All I ever wanted. You are every bit of sunshine. You are all we ever wanted. And all the people say, oh, 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 we are made for each other, and our lives have woven us together tonight. Oh, and we sing, you are all I ever wanted. You are every bit of sunshine. You are all we ever wanted. And all the people say Oh, and you always saying you are all I ever wanted. You are every bit of sunshine. You are all we ever wanted. And all the people say you are all I ever wanted. You are every bit of sunshine. You are all we ever wanted. And all the people say oh, 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 oh,
Good afternoon. My Sorry. My name is Debbie Natz, and I'm the Puppy Program Manager here in Canine Companions Northeast Region. It's my pleasure to introduce Tom and Jennifer Newton. They're our puppy raiser speakers for today, and they'll be bringing up Valor the Seventh, who is graduating today as a service dog, and Lattice, who is their fourth puppy that they're currently raising.
Okay, can you get them organized? Hi there. As Debbie has just told you, we are Tom and Jennifer Newton from Richmond, Virginia, and we are proud members of the Old Dominion chapter of Central Virginia. This, as she has said, is our third puppy, Valor, who's graduating as a service dog today, and our fourth puppy, Lattice, who is still very much in training. Tom and I have operated as a team for many years. This year, we celebrate our 50th wedding anniversary. And almost more amazingly, we have worked together in our small businesses for close to 40 years. Tom is an ambulatory equine vet, and I manage our veterinary practice and horse boarding business. Our focus today is on exceptional dogs, exceptional people. We came originally through our friend and mentor, Colleen Roberts, for the exceptional dogs. We had seen what she had done with her exceptional dogs. And not really surprisingly, we also found a community of exceptional people. Our very first experience with CCI and the Northeast region was full of wonderful people. Our first dog, Leland, was one of what came to be known as the L Boys. The Savarinos from New Jersey, who are here today, and the Martinos from Pennsylvania, and us from Virginia, came up here for an orientation, and Lauren gave us the orientation. It was right off the bat, we were off to feeling the CCI love with these wonderful folks. We got to know the breeder caretakers of the dogs, and were able to visit the Mullally family and the Cervantes family on a trip to California. We also went to the Santa Rosa Center and met Dr. Ruth Daniels and Esther Molina, amongst others. Everywhere, everyone so warm and welcoming. As previously mentioned, the Old Dominion chapter is alive and growing, with puppy raisers of all ages, more wonderful people. Through Facebook and other social media, we have been able to make contacts all over the nation with other CCI friends that we've never even met in person, yet we share this very strong bond, these exceptional dogs. We have gotten to share in this experience with the amazing staff here. They are engaged and enthusiastic and supportive. We have totally enjoyed getting to know so many of them. And lastly, we have loved the bonds that we have developed with the recipients of the dogs that we have raised. The dogs have hopefully expanded their worlds, and they have clearly expanded ours.
On seeing my puppies in training, behaving beautifully in public, of course, I'm often asked, could you train my dog to be like that? I explain that it's not just the training, that we have exceptional raw material to work with. To explain how these exceptional dogs came about, and as a fellow veterinarian interested in animal breeding, I would like to share this tribute to Dr. Ruth Daniels as sent to us by Esther Molina, National Director of Breeding and Puppy Program. Ruth devoted 36 years of service to the organization, during which time over 6,000 dogs have been placed with graduates of the program. One of Dr. Daniels' greatest accomplishments at Canine Companions is the development of a breeding program. She returned to school at the University of Davis to earn a master's degree in genetics while working full-time at Canine Companions. She not only used her educational training to become an expert in selective breeding, but also developed the skill to excel in theriogenology, which is a big word for animal breeding. She helped produce more than 20,000 puppies and has been instrumental in improving the health, temperament, and success of the dogs in the program. With currently more than 50% of the dogs graduating, which exceeds industry standards, she created a scientific and proven breeding selection process that includes looking further into the genetics as well as raising the bar on standard hip, heart, eye clearances. Dr. Daniels' skills in breeding dogs was not only measured by conception rate, which was always greater than 99%, but also perfected the temperament, narrowing down the breeds used by Canine Companions. Common traits such as butt tuck and run and ear-to-ear wiggle will be seen for years to come. We are proud to announce that the California Veterinary Medical Association has recently selected Dr. Ruth as a recipient of the 2019 Meritorious Service Award. Once she started the puppies, and once the litters got underway, the breeder caretakers not only whelp and raise the puppies to 8 weeks, but begin the learning process from the start. Handling, introducing sights, sounds, surfaces, new objects, and even housebreaking them to some extent. At 8 weeks of age, it must be a mixture of sadness and relief to deliver their precious miracles to the CCI headquarters, where they are prepared to take their journey all over the country to excited, expectant, loving arms of their puppy raisers. My experience as a puppy raiser has been overwhelmingly positive. Invariably, people looking in from the outside focus on the emotion of turning in our puppies at 18 months. Yes, we fall deeply in love with our puppies, but how lucky are we to have these beautiful, smart creatures in our lives for a year and a half? The reward of the joy they bring us every day outweighs the sacrifice of lost sleep and constant training. Make no mistake, even though we let them go, they are always our babies. We watch them go out into the world to change lives with pride, but our love goes with them. And I want to emphasize, we know that everyone is grateful for the job that the puppy raisers do. But the way to make us truly happy is to send pictures. And to stay in touch with our graduates. We are very grateful to have 2 graduates that have become close friends. We have not lost our puppies, but we have gained families, and we're looking forward to gaining another one with Valor going out. Thank you to the whole CCI community for all you do. Exceptional dogs and exceptional people.
Let's go.
Thank you, Tom and Jennifer. I would like it at this time to ask all of the matriculating dogs to line up in the lobby in alphabetical order by puppy name. While they do this, I would like to recognize the puppies who have already turned in for professional training. Beckham II was raised by Jeff and Mimi Ehrman from Doylestown, Pennsylvania. This was their 4th puppy. Billy the second was raised by Michelle and Mark Masters from Clifton, Virginia. This was their 5th puppy. Cash the third was raised by Mary Ellen Fedenkevitz from Sunderland, Massachusetts. This was her 7th puppy. Duff the seventh was raised by Janice Clark and family from Selins Grove, Pennsylvania. This was their 1st puppy. Gerda the fourth, raised by Abby and Terry Earl from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This was their 3rd puppy. Caston the second, raised by Emily and Susan Bracken from Richmond, Virginia. This was their 12th puppy. Lupe the second, raised by Kara, Kelly, Avery, and Andrew Steer from Lynborough, New Hampshire. This was their 6th puppy. Pip the fourth, raised by Alexa Gidtree from Montgomery Village, Maryland. This was her 1st puppy. Vernon, raised by Wendy Tobias from Sandwich, Massachusetts. This was her 2nd puppy. And Zeddy, raised by Brendan Meehan from Sudbury, Massachusetts. This was his 3rd puppy. At this time, I would like to invite Leah Jacobson and Jen Barino onto stage. They will be presenting the certificates and rosettes. The first puppy I would like to welcome on stage is Olivia, raised by Alyssa Nicely from Lidditz, Massachusetts. This is her 3rd puppy. Next, we have Artie the third, raised by Wendy and Jerry Luderick from Manassas, Virginia. This is their 6th puppy. Next, we have Blanca the fourth, raised by Derek Parrott from Milford, Connecticut. This is his 1st puppy. Next, we have Francis III, raised by Jane and Kim Hybe from Hampton, Virginia. This is their 2nd puppy. Next, we have Frederick, raised by Sonia Hasper from Riverhead, New York. This is her 5th puppy. Next, we have Gouda II, raised by Jack, Liz, Levi, Silas, and Grace White from Stephen City, Virginia. This is their 3rd puppy. Next, we have Hannon, raised by Robert and Ann Benson and Jane Nagy from New Milford, New Jersey. This is their 9th and 21st puppy. Next, we have Jay the third, raised by Linda Hershkowitz from Hicksville, New York. This is her 3rd puppy. Next, we have Jersey the 7th, raised by Wendy Feldman from Plainview, New York. This is her second puppy. Next, we have Madeline III, raised by Mary and Matthew Arguello from Tenafly, New Jersey. This is their first puppy. Next, we have Owen V, raised by Lauren McNulty and Michael Del Deo from Wilmington, Delaware. This is their first puppy. Next, we have Perla II, raised by Buddy and Barbara Novak from Pasadena, Maryland. This is their 11th puppy. Buddy. Next, we have Periwinkle, raised by Stuart and Susan Sommers from Frostburg, Maryland. This is their 15th puppy. Next, we have Philly, raised by Marjorie and Peter Gerard from South Hadley, Massachusetts. This is their first puppy. Next, we have Prescott III, raised by the Crane and Gagan families from Highland, Maryland. This is the Crane's first puppy and the fourth for the Gagans. Next, we have Pretzel, raised by Mike and Leslie Edenton from Nokesville, Virginia. This is their first puppy. Next, we have Raffia, raised by Andrew and Flora Pestco from Allentown, Pennsylvania. This is their second puppy. Next, we have Sancho II, raised by Melissa and Tim Faulkner from Camillus, New York. This is their third puppy. Next, we have Sully VII, raised by the Garcia family from Levittown, Pennsylvania. This is their second puppy. Next, we have Wiggles the second, raised by Eva Jack from Boston, Massachusetts. This is her third puppy. And last but not least, we have Wonton, raised by the Hunt family from Wilmington, Delaware. This is their third puppy. Congratulations, matriculating class of May 2019. And now please enjoy our team training slideshow.
Days pass into weeks, and winter to spring. Together we will be. I know that we work as one, like rising and setting sun. It never stops.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marissa Woodboney, and I'm an instructor here for Canine Companions Northeast Region. I am very happy to present our graduating teams today. We have 2 team training classes graduating today, which includes a total of 4 skill companion dog teams, 4 facility dog teams, and 5 service dog teams. These 13 recipients, and the hundreds more if you consider the individuals that these facility dogs will be assisting, have not only gained a furry companion, but also a loyal and unbiased helper to make everyday tasks easier. We have asked each team to express how they feel about their new canine companion. You will see these quotes up on the screen as each graduate makes their way to center stage, and as the puppy raiser of their new assistance dog joins them to hand over the leash for the last time. In a moment, we will be hearing from our graduation class speaker, Peter DeLong, who has been matched with facility dog Nigel VI. First, though, I would like to invite Andrea McCarran up to the stage to say a few words. Andrea lovingly raised Nigel, who happens to be a little bit famous. Until recently, Andrea was the investigative reporter for WUSA 9, the CBS affiliate in Washington, D.C. Nigel was raised in the public eye, often appearing in Andrea's reports. At the height of his popularity, he had a weekly reach on Facebook of 8,000 followers. 800,000 followers, I'm sorry, that's more impressive. And all over 120 countries, and people speaking more than 25 different languages, all following Nigel. Today, Andrea is the Vice President and Chief Content Officer of our new corporate partner, PenFed Credit Union, and she and her husband, Bill, are currently raising their second canine companion puppy, Maverick.
I'd like to share with all of you 2 important life lessons that Nigel taught me. Number 1, set priorities. Number 2, always keep a sense of humor. Priorities. So when Nigel was just a puppy, I received an email from a mother in Virginia whose 6-year-old daughter, Bella, had braved a liver transplant. But she still had regular annual checkups at the Pittsburgh Children's Hospital that were very painful, and they usually involved a lot of needles. So Bella's parents would allow her each major hospital visit to select a brave gift. And as her mom, Jenny, told me, usually it was something like froyo or maybe nail polish. But last year, Bella's dream was to meet Nigel. Isn't that sweet? So, unbeknownst to us, Jenny and Bella had started each morning by going online and looking at photos and videos of Nigel. So Jenny insisted there was absolutely no pressure for us to make Bella's wish come true. But of course, it became an instant priority for Nigel and me. So that Saturday morning, as Bella and her family headed to Pittsburgh for another one of those painful checkups, Nigel and I were waiting off a highway exit. What we didn't realize is that Bella had saved up her allowance to buy Nigel a very special gift. Purple is her favorite color, so we have this collar, and I've waited until now to give it to Peter. I'll be right back. And that's from Bella. Number 2, always keep a sense of humor. As I tried to explain to Peter when we met, attending a DC event with Nigel was kind of like accompanying Beyonce. So it was no surprise when we were walking on Capitol Hill one day, and a man in a suit came racing up to us and said, and I'm going to quote here, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, is that Nigel?" To which I said, "Well, yes, it is." And he went on to explain how he watched our nightly newscast every single day, just hoping to catch a glimpse of Nigel. So of course I said, "Oh, well, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate that." And he looked me in the eye and he said, "Oh, do you work there too?" So on a serious note, to those of you who are turning in dogs today, I know your hearts are feeling heavy and broken, but I promise you, in 6 months from today, when your dog is matched with someone like Peter, your hearts will be full beyond description. And finally, I want to thank my family for helping to raise Nigel, but especially Amanda Atene, to whom I attribute all of his good behaviors. And with that, I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you. Let's go.
Thank you. That was wonderful. And it is now my honor to introduce Peter DeLong, an occupational therapist with McGee Rehabilitation Hospital, who is our April and May graduation class speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'd like to begin by congratulating our impressive K-9 companions, Preston, Oakland, Metro, Juno, Deuce, Comet, Loris, Nevada, Nitro, Veda, Valor, Nashville, and Nigel. Transitioning from your highly skilled trainers to us new guys is an impressive feat in and of itself, but you deserve all the praise we give you and then some. As I reflect upon the past 2 weeks, I can attest that the recipients here today, that this has been a life-changing experience. I don't use that phrase lightly. We've been challenged to step outside our comfort zone, push ourselves physically, psychologically, and emotionally, and in the end, open up our hearts to a new family member. We have put in tremendous effort over the past few weeks, and it's been an inspiration to watch my classmates as they go through this. I hope you cherish every moment with your new dog, between the service they provide, the fun they bring, and the companionship that only they could provide. To the recipients from the previous class, congratulations, and I hope you've enjoyed the past few weeks with your new four-legged friend. My name is Peter DeLong, and I'm an occupational therapist at McGee Rehab Hospital in Philadelphia. McGee is a nonprofit inpatient rehabilitation hospital that focuses on improving the quality of life of persons with disabilities through a variety of therapeutic interventions. I'm here today with the support of my McGee family, and my friends, and of course the incredible staff here at CCI to celebrate our new friendship, personal growth, and the belief that these dogs here today can truly make a difference in the lives of the people they come in contact with. The few weeks leading up to this experience were filled with a good amount of nervousness and excitement. I was bombarded with questions by family, friends, and the occasional coworker. I tried to answer the questions as best I could, but there's only so much you can explain without having gone through this experience. As we come to the end of the journey, and we start to begin a new journey, it's time to tell you that I couldn't have asked for a better experience. Between the staff, my classmates, and our K-9 companions, I couldn't have asked for a more nurturing and supportive environment. I'm starting to feel that same nervous excitement again as we prepare to transition back into the real world, but with Nigel having my back, I'm sure we can do anything. I clearly remember the night before we were matched, and as we go through this, I'm thinking about how I couldn't sleep. I was kind of a little restless during that night and thinking of the dogs I'd work with, the dogs I hadn't worked with, who I might be matched with. And in the end, it's really not in our hands. Our trainers are so far advanced in terms of what they know and are able to match us probably before we even got there. They just kind of tested things out, tested the water. So that night I kept on thinking, all right, there's a few dogs that I've worked with that I could end up with. And in the end, I was like, you know what? I think it's going to be Nitro. Well, I don't want to ruin it for you, but it wasn't Nitro. I remember sitting there, and I was the second to last person to get my dog, and Nitro and Nigel were the two dogs left, and I hadn't worked with Nigel yet. So they call my name, and I see Amanda grab the leash of Nigel, and I'm just like, oh, I guess she's getting ready for the next person. So she calls his name, and he comes up to me, And I remember at first I was a little shocked. But then, as he's getting closer, I see the tail wagging, the butt going. He curls up in my legs, starts licking my face, and I was sold from that point on. So from that point on, I've kind of been Nigel's sucker. The next few days have been a whirlwind as we learn to read our dogs, assume a leadership role, and learn the commands that will serve as a foundation for our upcoming adventures. Every day, I've gotten to know Nigel a little better, just as he's gotten to know me. I have a better sense of what he thinks and how to make him more successful. He's subsequently become more responsive, eager to work, and excited to be around me. I've learned a great deal about him over the past several days, and I will learn much more in the coming weeks and months. For those of you who have not met him, he's a big-time cuddler, he's a goof, he prefers the bed to the crate, he will outfetch any of your dogs, I promise, and he's going to make an incredible facility dog with his big heart and his passion for work. He's going to help a lot of people in a lot of different ways, and I'm humbled to serve as his handler at this time. I want to thank all you puppy raisers here today who have helped build the foundation for these dogs. You gave so much of your time, energy, and love to these dogs, and they reflect it on a daily basis. These dogs are going to help change people's lives, and you're the ones who started it all. I can't imagine what it was like 6 months ago when you first dropped off your dogs, or to the people who are dropping off their dogs today, how it feels. However, I'll tell you from my experience, the staff here at CCI has been beyond incredible. They go above and beyond in both the recipients and the dogs. This organization is made up of people who are passionate and believe in what they're doing. Add in some stellar dogs, and it's a recipe for success. Thank you all so much, and to my classmates, good luck. You have a precious gift in your hand, and you have to take full advantage of it. Remember to thank your puppy raisers, thank the staff here, and in the end, be grateful. Thank you very much.
All right. Get the microphone to stand here. Yeah. Or you stand here. Either way. Stand here. If you're going to say something, stand here. Okay. You didn't have something you wanted to bring up?
Oh, yes.
So, on behalf of the spring graduating class, we wanted to present the staff here with a few gifts. You'll see them in here. Some of them have not yet arrived. Amazon's working its way to you guys, but thank you guys so much for everything you've done.
Thank you, Peter. All right, I would like to start with inviting instructor Leah Jacobson and apprentice instructor Jenna Barino onto stage to help with presenting today's graduation certificates. And we are going to start with our April team training class. So first up, we have Danielle Drazen with the Chapel Haven Schleifer Center. Danielle has been matched with facility dog Preston the 6th. Preston is being presented by his puppy raisers, Kathleen Landauer and Bill Rohr. Next, I would then like to invite Edith Moores to the stage. She has been matched with successor service dog Juno the 6th, who was raised and being presented today by Kate and Bill O'Connor. While our next graduate and puppy raiser combo couldn't be here today, I would still like to acknowledge the next graduating team, Ryan Wasco and his mother, Barbara. Ryan has been matched with successor skill companion dog Metro II, who was lovingly raised by Tom and Peggy Peeler. This match was easy peasy. And now to conclude our April class, I would like to call John Thompson to come up to stage. John has been matched with successor service dog Oakland IV, who was raised by Christy Fajewski, Samantha Martyr, and Christian Mora. At this time, I'd like to start back up with the May class. So I'm going to have Peter DeLong, who is an occupational therapist at McGee Rebuild Hospital, rejoin me back on stage. And presenting, Peter has been matched with facility dog Nigel the 6th, who is being presented today by his puppy raiser, Andrea McCann. Our next graduate, I'm pleased to announce, is Austin and his father and facilitator, Austin Sr. Austin has been matched with skill companion dog Loris. Here to present Loris is her puppy raiser, Monica Plum. Please join me in welcoming our next graduate, Leanne, and her parents and facilitator, Tom and Bonnie Ross. Leanne has been matched with skilled companion dog Comet the Fourth, who is being presented by her puppy raiser, Michelle Hoff. Next up is Jennifer Dixon, a pediatric occupational therapist at Shenandoah Memorial Hospital. Jen has been matched with facility dog Nevada the Seventh, raised by Deborah Marie Alexander and Patty Lehman. Next, I would like to invite Kayla and her facilitators Margarita and Matthew to center stage. Kayla has been matched with skill companion dog Veda. Veda's puppy raiser Jennifer Strozier was unable to join us here today, and here to present Veda on her behalf is puppy raiser Tom and Jennifer Newton. And now I'd like to have Lisa Rabidovitz come up to the stage. Lisa has been matched with service dog Nashville IV, who was raised by John, Terry, and Melissa Matteo. Next up is Jennifer Payne, the Director of Academic Services at Little Keswick School. Jennifer has been matched with facility dog Nitro the Fifth. Here to hand off the leash are his puppy raisers, Tina and Rick Priest. Next, I would like to invite David Peters to the stage. David has been matched with successor service dog Deuce II, raised by Christine and Robert White. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to invite Paul Monfray up to the stage. Paul is being matched with service dog Valor VII, and here to present Valor today are his puppy raisers, Tom and Jennifer Newton. And I'm going to ask you guys to stay up here. We have Islip Town Supervisor Angie Carpenter here to present Paul and Valor, who are residents of the town of Islip, with a special citation. Do you want to say anything? Sure.
This is so truly amazing. It's the first time I've had the privilege to be at the graduation and see the incredible, you can just feel it. And seeing Valor and Paul, there certainly is a connection. And to everyone that has a part to play in making this happen, I would say it's making dreams come true, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Paul. We're delighted that you live in our wonderful town, and Paul's got a long, proud history of service, being in the Army and a firefighter in New York City and serving at Ground Zero, and it's sort of like paying it forward. You're getting it back now with the service that this wonderful, wonderful Valor is going to give to you. So we wish you many, many happy, healthy, wonderful years together. Thank you. Thank you. And Valor is so comfortable.
All right, let's hear it one last time for the April-May 2019 graduating classes. Thank you all for coming, and we hope you have a wonderful weekend. Is it on? Any puppy raisers that didn't get a chance to get matriculation photos, please see the photographer over here. They're just outside the doors, just this way, photography.